Yeah, buddy, welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Unapologetic Sports. It's your two favorite guys, your favorite Unc Lee Ice, and the fly guy himself, Flying Brian. What's up, brother?
What's up, Lee Ice?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Another good week of football for some of us. But
Yeah, for
lot to
some,
talk. Yeah,
some,
lot
some.
to talk about. We got college playoffs. Talk about good day for sports.
All right, all right. Y'all heard the man. Another busy day. Nothing but football. Touch on a little college before we get into everything. But you know how we do. We like to welcome everybody back. Thank you, everybody, back for tuning in last week's show. And thank everybody for tuning in this week's show. Like I always say, I hope we can entertain y'all doing what y'all are going through, no matter what it is. We hope we can entertain y'all for these 60 minutes. Take a little off the time, enjoy, talk some shit, talk some sports. Don't get no better than that, right, Bree?
Yes, sir.
Don't get no better than that. So, Fly Guy, you ready to get things started?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Got a little Christmas spirit in the background. Got a new location today.
I see. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. All right. Let's get started. Let's get started. What's going on now? College football came out with their playoffs. It's a team that's very upset. I'm sure some college fans upset. A couple guys upset. A couple sideline junkies upset about this. Fly Guy, run it down.
All right, so we got 12th seed James Madison University taking on the 5th seed Oregon. Oregon is minus 21.5. Got number 9 Alabama taking on number 8 Oklahoma. Alabama is minus 1.5. We got number 11 Tulane versus number 6 Ole Miss. Ole Miss is minus 17.5. And then the team you were just talking about, we got number 10 Miami, who may or may not have stole the spot from Notre Dame, against number 7 Texas A&M, and they are minus 3.5. And then the top 4 seeds who have the buys: number 4 Texas Tech, number 3 Georgia, number 2 Ohio State, and number 1 Indiana.
Got a lot of upset Notre Dame people out there thinking their team deserves to be in it. I got one question for y'all Notre Dame fans. How do you think that you should be in it and not Miami when they beat y'all? I mean, they beat y'all. I don't care when it was, where it was, how it was. They beat you this year. So I don't understand why y'all think y'all should be over them. And then Alabama, they're in the SEC and they play for the championship, which actually meant nothing. It didn't hurt them at all. So a lot of pissed off people in Notre Dame. Also, I just want to say congratulations to JMU. I mean, for that college to make the playoffs is a big, big deal, even though they're gonna get punished. They're gonna get slaughtered. But congratulations to JMU for making it to the college playoffs. And hey, Brian.
Yeah.
The Indianapolis coach went to a senior citizen home and signed a quarterback. Did you hear?
Yeah, it was right now he's on the practice squad, but
He's
yeah.
going to play Sunday, man.
Yeah, so Phillip Rivers, for those you don't know, I'm sure everyone knows that's watching. Phillip Rivers was signed to the practice squad today. I think he tried out this morning or whatever. It was funny because like I have a bunch of family come over and watch football, and as soon as it happened, my son's yelling, "They got to make a call! They got to make a call!" I was like, "Call who?" I was like, "You can't trade anymore." He's like, "Oh, that's right." And then my dad was yelling, "Taylor Heineke, Taylor Heineke." I was like, "Okay," but
where's Taylor Heineke? I thought he was with the Chargers.
I think he's on the couch.
Oh damn! I would have called Taylor.
Yeah, because I saw an article that had 3 guys listed of who they could call, and Taylor Heineke was number 2. The other 2 names I didn't recognize, but
who was number 1?
I'd have to go back and look. It was a name I didn't recognize. Heineke's the only one I recognize. That's only because he played for the Commanders. I wouldn't know who he was either. But yeah, I mean, I guess it said I didn't realize it's been this long. Phillip Rivers played 5 years.
He's up for the Hall of Fame.
I know. That's true. He's not going to quite. I don't. He's definitely not going to go in yet. I mean, if he does, it'll take a little while. But
If you put Phillip Rivers in there, you got to open up the door for a lot of people. I mean,
especially if you're not going to put Elam.
you got to go back and you got to open up the door for Joe Theismann. You got to open up the door for Phil Simms. There's no way you could put this guy in and not put them two guys in. I mean, they were.
I don't see Rivers. I mean, well, but then you're going to have the argument, maybe the same team, Dan Fouts made it. And it's all based on numbers. So I don't know.
Dan Fouts was Air Coryell. See, people don't understand. I keep arguing with people all the damn time about the Hall of Fame. Everybody want to talk about numbers. I get it. But guess what? What's the last word in there? Fame. Okay? Hall of, I mean, it means a lot.
No,
if you look at Joe Namath's numbers, they trash. Garbage. But he's famous because of this. Walking off the field, making the prediction,
Yeah, I mean, Namath's numbers aren't even close to being Hall of Fame, and
yeah. Terry Bradshaw either. So you got to emphasize the word fame. Who's checking in? Who is that?
So we got out of bounds. Says Phillip Rivers has the numbers, and he followed up with if Big Ben goes in, so does Phillip and Eli. Big Ben's got better numbers than Eli, doesn't he?
Phillip Rivers does not. Let me say this again. Does not have a Super Bowl appearance like Big Ben and Eli. Both of them, a couple of Super Bowl appearances and wins.
Yeah.
I mean, Phillip Rivers, if you let him in, you got a lot of other people in. So
I mean, I don't disagree. I know that there's a lot of years left for Lamar and Josh Allen, but if those two don't end up winning anything, they do have the MVPs because, even Rivers doesn't even have an MVP.
Rivers doesn't even have an MVP. So I mean, he was a very, 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 very good quarterback. Okay.
In a time where you had Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and then Ben Roethlisberger, who got two.
Exactly.
So,
and unlike certain quarterback down in Dallas, got his team to, I think, a couple of AFC Championship games. So. But that's another story. Yeah, I took a shot at Dak Prescott. What you going to do?
Yeah,
what the hell are you going to do? Nothing.
Just real quick, since we're touching on the Hall of Fame real quick. My dad's always talking about this guy. I know you know. About Joe Jacoby. When's he going to get in?
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on. Mama Sweeney just checked in, and she said Joe Jacoby. Hi, Mama Sweeney.
Yeah, they're together.
I don't know what it is about them keeping that guy out. If Lawrence Taylor, let me say this again. If Lawrence Taylor says the toughest guy he ever went against offensive lineman was Joe Jacoby, Lawrence Taylor, arguably the greatest defensive player ever. If he says that, put this guy in the Hall of Fame, please. Can y'all do that, please? Stop playing around, man.
Hey, I'm still waiting for Steve Tasker to get in. All right, we got
Anyway, all right, let's recap. Let's recap Sunday's NFL action. Let's keep it with the Colts. The Jags, who I feel they're on the radar, man. They not, they just handling their business. They went and beat the Colts. Like you said, what's his name got hurt. So should we take the Jaguars serious, man?
Serious as in getting to the championship game? I don't know.
You think they're gonna win the division? We'll save that for
we'll touch on that a little more in our segment that's coming up with in and out. We'll touch on that in a minute. But I mean, it looks like the Texans are coming, so we'll see. I think the Jaguars are pretty good, but I don't think they're gonna. Do you see them beating like Buffalo or the Patriots back to back, or Patriots and Broncos back to back? I mean, I don't know. I know the Patriots and the Broncos are unproven in the playoffs. We'll see, but
I mean, nobody's really talking about the Jaguars. Nobody.
So we got serious as in first round playoff. Yes, I mean, they might be the Houston Texans of the last couple of years. They win the first game, get the division on, they get beat by the teams that are well established. But the problem this year is we don't really have any well established playoff teams except for Buffalo that looks like they're going to get in. So,
hey, who's checking in? Serious is it? Oh, that's my man Khaled. What's up, Khaled?
Khalid, yeah.
Thank you for tuning in, bro. You finally made it.
We got Anthony watching too. I didn't forget about you. We still talk about the Hall of Fame a little bit. We're gonna kind of move on from that, but yeah, they have kind of changed the way the Hall of Fame works. They're trying to be more selective, only letting a few guys in here and there. So, but
Phillip Rivers can't get in. I mean, he's destined to be on the what is that? The veterans, what Joe Jacoby's doing, waiting to get in.
Yeah, same thing with Steve Tasker. Yeah,
but Joe Jacoby got the gold. Got the
yeah. It
got
looks
the
like
ring.
Roger Craig might finally get it this year. He's close.
I don't understand how the hell that man's not in the Hall of Fame. So keep recapping. Let's talk Pittsburgh. They went and beat Baltimore, just like I said. Just when you ready to count Mike Tomlin out, he comes up with this type of game. He comes up and shuts all them damn dumbass Pittsburgh Steelers fans who's going to fire Tomlin and all that. I'm not so sure. I mean, I know I said last week it might be time to go, bro, but you're going to miss him if he leaves.
Again, we'll probably touch on them a little more in the next segment, but if this is just a real quick, if they make it or win the division, do you expect them to make a run? If they get in again and get eliminated in the first round again, I mean, the fans are going to be more pissed off if they didn't make it. It'll be, 7 straight playoff appearances and get knocked out?
This time they'll be coming in as the underdog. Everybody and their mother, except for yours truly, picked the Baltimore Ravens to win that division. You know who else picked? Hold up. You know who else picked Pittsburgh to win that division? I saw this yesterday. Herm Edwards. Okay. So me and Herm Edwards, we thinking we on the same, shout out to Herm. Yeah. We the only two that I know picked the Steelers to win the division at the beginning of the year.
We gotta watch it on YouTube. He said, you're a little rough on the Hall of Fame. Great on the steep curve. But that's kind of how it should be, though.
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be. You just can't let anybody in there, man. I mean, if you do, then you just call it the Basketball Hall of Fame. Because they let anybody up in that joint. No, man, the NFL is sacred, man. I almost kind of think like Deion saying is you should have separate ones now. I mean, I'm sorry, I said it again. Phillip Rivers is not a Hall of Fame to me. Very, 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 very good.
No. I'm not exactly sure which one this is, but this is somebody important. This is the official Sidelines Junkie Podcast YouTube channel saying numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie, but they don't tell the whole truth either. So if you want to go by numbers, if you look at Kirk Cousins' numbers, damn, he's one of the greatest of all time. If you just want to go by numbers, y'all.
Well, I think we might have a topic for next week since the audience seems to be not wanting to let this go. So we'll cover Hall of Fame a little more next week.
Okay, yeah.
Get you guys to come back and watch us next week. Tune in.
Yeah, come back next week. We'll have a special segment for all you Hall of Famer. I'm grading you on a tough curve, and Phillip, numbers don't lie. Come back next week. We're gonna have a special segment just for y'all.
I saw your message, Anthony. We'll cover that next week. So tune in next week, and we'll cover all the Hall of Fame stuff.
The Packers beat the Bears. I was very impressed with both teams, but Ben Johnson did. I was waiting for that Ben Johnson moment. I knew he was going to do it. He can't fucking help himself. 4th and 1. You got DeAndre Swift. What do? You put the ball in your hands of that your flaky ass quarterback. And what does he do? Throw a damn red zone intercept. Ben Johnson, I knew you was going to do it. It took a while. Just like last year. If you kept giving Gibbs the ball last year, you would have beat us. But your ego takes over. You want to try to act like you're smarter than the average bear. Okay? No. Oh, did you hear what I just said? Smarter than the average bear?
I got you.
I didn't even it just came right off.
Wait,
I knew Ben Johnson was going to do a Ben Johnson thing, and it stuck him in his ass.
I was looking for a dumb sound effect, but I don't have one of those yet. I'll have to get one of those for the
Mm-hmm.
jokes. Uh, to flip on that real quick, you said when it was 4th and 1, he put it in the hands of his quarterback. So what about the Browns? They did the complete opposite.
Don't get me started. Oh, you know what I'm saying. Who's gonna be in the freezer tonight. You know who's gonna be in the freezer. Yeah. So Ben Johnson, I put that loss on you. Okay. On you. Another team, another dangerous ass team. What is Anthony saying?
So he's talking about the Dolphins. Are you guys surprised that the Dolphins are on on a winning streak and playing this well? And do you think they'll make the playoffs? So I actually got the Dolphins and the Steelers game in our pick segment towards the end. So I'll cover that a little more. I'll give you a little teaser. No, the Dolphins are not going to make the playoffs, and the Dolphins might lose the next 4. I know they beat the Bills the way they did. The last 3 teams they've beaten are no ones. They probably won't beat the Steelers.
Hey, wait a minute. We're one of them teams.
Well,
Just
this year, this isn't last year's Commanders.
Yeah. No. I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to do, I guess. I mean, they're taking advantage of.
I will say I'm banking on them to beat the Patriots, but no, I don't think they're going to beat the Broncos, and we'll touch on it later on. But I don't think they're going to beat the Steelers. So, I mean, it's a nice story for me. It just keeps Tua and McDaniel around longer, and as a Bills fan, that's good news.
Houston, this team is dangerous, man. They might have buried Kansas City. They did. They went to Kansas City. They went to what's the name of it? Arrowhead Stadium, and I mean, held the Chiefs to what, 10 points?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes had a 19.
Pat Mahomes didn't even throw for 150, I don't think.
No, he had a 19 passer rating. I think it was his worst game of his career.
Damn.
Texas beat up Josh Allen a few weeks ago. They are definitely. I piggyback on what Anthony just said. I'm way more impressed with the Texans run, and they're going to be scary when they get in because the defense is so good. And Stroud might just maybe turn it back on. I mean, for some reason he's still struggling, even though they're looking better. But they're scary because of how deadly their defense is, and they're not that their defense is good; they're destroying quarterbacks, the top quarterbacks. So,
yeah, man. I mean, I think. Well, we'll touch on them in the in and out segment. But yeah, I mean, they went into Kansas City. I don't think nobody picked Houston. I mean, did you pick them last? You picked them.
I picked them, and because I was actually just listening back to our show a little bit earlier. You were saying I picked them, and I picked the Kansas City Chiefs to be done, put a fork in them after that, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. I don't think there's any way again, we'll touch on it. I don't think there's any way Kansas City's making it. I absolutely picked Houston.
And last night, Khalid, this is for you if you're still watching. Philadelphia Eagles. Oh man, did they just throw up? Well, just one player. He threw up all on himself. They go to, I almost called them San Diego, but they go to the LA Chargers. Took them to overtime, but what's that? 3 straight for them now?
Yep, 3 straight. Hurts probably the worst game of his professional career. I find it hard to believe that this never happened before, but apparently what I've read, he's the first guy to have 2 turnovers in the same play. So I would think that has happened before, throw the pick, get the pick, I guess, but I guess not. So
no, I mean, he threw the interception.
Yeah, got it.
Then he recovered a fumble. Then he fumbled.
I just feel like you would think that would have happened before, but I guess not. So he's on the wrong side of the history books with that one. I think the Eagles, I think they're a good team, but for whatever reason, we touched on it last week. They just got some weird vibes that they just can't overcome. And then sometimes they get them for no reason.
I mean, Jalen Hurts, I know, if you know me, I've been talking bad about him for years. I gave him his credit when he got to the Super Bowl. I gave him even more credit when he won the Super Bowl last year. But to me, he's not an elite quarterback. If any system or if any surrounding players ever protected a quarterback more, it's this right here. I mean, I got to give him credit. He got 2 Super Bowl appearances. He got 1 Super Bowl, win and a Super Bowl MVP. But does he really, really look at? Do really people look at him and say, "Yeah, he's that guy"?
I mean, I think Philly fans wanted everybody to, and I think this season's. I mean, again, he's good. I won't say he's a game manager. That's unfair. He's good, but all the Philly fans after the Super Bowl and going into the season pounding their fist on the table. He's top 5. He's top 5. He's not top 5. He's not.
Nephew Josh,
I
for
was
highly
gonna,
opinionated, checking in. What's up, dog?
I was just gonna
You
leave that
said,
up there for a little bit, everybody to see.
yeah, you leave that up there. Let the whole world see that. Thank you, nephew. The check is in the mail, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a whole month. I mean, and and Lamar is. We'll see what's going on with him if he's just hurt or if he's just whatever's going on with him. But
He's doing Lamar things to me.
well,
Yeah,
he's doing Lamar things that he does in the playoffs, and now he's doing it in the regular season.
he's doing the regular season. Hey, all right, y'all. That was the recap. All right, y'all like it. Our segment today. Well, nephew says, "Is Jalen Hurts in the freezer?" Lee Ice came on highly opinionated. Said, yeah. Hey, tell Tim of highly opinion. Tim, no, I had to break him down, man, about his own quarterback. He was in there like, yeah. Then after he had that conversation with Lee Ice, he was like, maybe, I don't know.
Real quick before we move on, and then this will be a good segue to one in the segment we're going to. Can you see the Chargers making a run? Or it's a little early for them to tenure Jim Harbaugh. So we're going to talk about. So our segment coming up is in and out. So we have a pretty good idea of the playoff picture of who's in, and as of right now, who's out. And we're going to give our takes of who we think at the end of the season is going to be in, and at the end of the season is going to be out. So I'm going to run it down real quick. So right now, the playoff picture is Broncos have the number 1 seed at 11-2, Patriots number 2 at 11-2, Jaguars 3rd seed 9-4, and then your Pittsburgh Steelers are currently 4th, 7-6. We got the 3 wild cards: Chargers 9-4, Bills 9-4, Texans 8-5. They just took over the 7th seed, and then in the hunt, we got the Colts 8-5. But they're probably the team that's in the hunt that probably really isn't, unless Philip Rivers can channel something from 10 years ago. We got the Chiefs 6-7. They will not make the playoffs. We got the Ravens 6-7. They still have a shot because of the division, but I don't think they're going to be that great. And then we got the Dolphins that are 6-7, who are still technically in the hunt that can make the wild card, but I don't see that happening.
So what's the last wild card? What's the 3 wild cards?
Texans. So Chargers, Bills, Texans. Chargers 9-4, Bills 9-4, Texans 8-5. But what helps the Bills is they got even if the Bills start struggling, they have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs and the Ravens. So
I think the Jags fall from first
in the division,
and maybe out of the playoffs.
But that would
they might hold on to the wild card, but I got Houston passing them.
So do you think any of the in the hunt teams? Do you think Colts, Chiefs, Ravens, or Dolphins? Do you think any of those slip into the wild card? Well, let's separate the Ravens.
I think you leave it. You know who's a real wild card that might get up in there? The Bengals, man. The Bengals still got.
But they can't get the wild card, but they can get the division.
I know. I'm saying they got a chance to get to win that division.
We took care of them We took care of them.
You gotta. Hey, man. Nobody's high on Pittsburgh, and the Ravens are just. Who knows what's going on with them?
I honestly think the Steelers are going to hold on. Listen, I think the Steelers will beat the Dolphins this week. If they don't, then it leaves it open for the Bengals. But the Ravens play the Bengals, so something's going to give with that too this week. So yeah, the way it looks for me, I know the Bills do technically have a shot to win the division. If they win this week against the Patriots, it's a much better shot. But I think the Bills will hang on to the wild card, and I kind of think the Jaguars are going to hold on. So I don't think it's going to change much except for the maybe Steelers, Ravens, Bengals, and then I don't see the wild card changing either. I don't see Colts, Chiefs, Dolphins. I don't see any of them making an end. So I know it's not great for the segment, but for the AFC side, I kind of seeing it staying the way it is. Really, maybe the numbers change a little bit, but
Yeah, I think Houston and the Jaguars switch. I don't see. I think the Steelers still win. I think yeah, and they about to drop. So what's Mr. Anthony saying?
so yes, I'm 100% behind you. Honestly, I think the Patriots get eliminated in the first round. I think their record for some reason not as great as people make it out to be. They have the lowest with their wins against teams that are it's like 0.367 whatever combined. I think the
Yeah, but
Patriots are
you
good.
can't control who you play. I mean,
I get that, and if they beat Buffalo this week and they beat them soundly, if they don't, if they beat them again, if they sweep Buffalo this year and this late, then the Patriots to me are the team to beat. But if Buffalo beats them, whether it's close or not or soundly, I think that it's going to show that the Patriots are good, but they're still young, and the reason they're in the spot that they're in right now is because the schedule has been really easy for them. Again, it's not their fault, but I just don't think they're going to make the run in the playoffs that I think Patriots fans think they are. But if they beat Buffalo this Sunday, then I think they're the team to beat in the AFC.
so you got the Jaguars winning the South. I got Houston winning the South.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the Jaguars winning, but I got Houston definitely keeping the wild card. The Colts are going to completely fall off, and
Yeah, Houston has the best defense in the AFC. So
and I just don't. I said it. I've been saying it for weeks. I don't think the Chiefs are that good. They're not that good this year. For whatever reason, everything's not falling their way, whatever, that's fine. Or you're online all the time, they don't have the refs anymore, or whatever that nonsense is. But yeah, they're just a mediocre team this year, and so are the Ravens. And the Ravens might slip in because they're in a bad division. Or they're in a division that's not performing as maybe as good as they should be.
let's take it to the NFC.
All right. NFC. We got the Rams, the number 1 seed, 10-3. We got the Packers. No, I didn't write 9-3-1. I missed the time. Okay. Eagles, struggling Eagles, but they're still winning the division, 8-5. We got the Bucks, who are falling apart, 7-6. So those are your 4 division leaders. Then we got the Seahawks, 10-3. 49ers, 9-4. And the Bears, who were the number 1 seed last week, have fallen down to the number 7 seed at 9-4. Then we got in the hunt, we got the Lions at 8-5 with a huge game with the Rams this week. We got the Panthers at 7-6, and their path is clearly getting the division because they're tied with the Bucks. We got your Dallas Cowboys, who are 6-1, and then we got I don't even know why I wrote them, but we got the Vikings, who are 5-8. They're not going anywhere,
um, I think we both agree the Rams are the cream of the crop. I think they stay. I think Seattle stays.
You think Seattle will keep the wild card? Yeah.
Seattle stays as the wild. Seattle and San Fran definitely stay at the wild card.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody's catching it. What it's going to come down to is
Bears, Lions.
Bears and Lions. And I think I said it 2 weeks ago, that the Bears are about to hit this part of the schedule. They lucked up. I ain't going to say they lucked up. They beat the Eagles, but then they hit Green Bay, and Ben Johnson did the Ben Johnson thing and cost his team the game. So who are they playing Sunday?
Bears.
Huh?
I'll pull it up.
Oh, the Bears, yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
So I think the Bears, I mean, they went from the number 1 seed to the last seed. I mean, you talking about going.
They play the Browns
starting from the bottom. Now you hear they was there, and now they're at the bottom. So,
well, here's what might save the Bears, at least for this week. They play the Browns in Chicago, where the Lions are playing the Rams in LA. So
the Browns is not well.
I mean, the Bears are 7.5 point favorite.
That defense and you know how I feel about Caleb. He's a flaky ass quarterback. So, and that defense with Myles Garrett, I mean, you know, it's not going to be no cakewalk. But like you said, it's going to come down to the Lions and the Bears. I'm taking the Lions. I'm taking the better quarterback. I'm taking the teacher over the pupil. You know. So
do you think the Cowboys got a shot to get to the Eagles?
Do they have a shot to get to the Eagles?
Yeah, because they're not going to get the wild card. The only way to me, the only way the
They
Cowboys
got a
get it,
shot to get to the Eagles next year.
they do.
Not
So
this year.
okay, and then
I
the
mean,
other one,
The Eagles are floundering, but they really gotta fall on their face. And Dallas has, I know, the Commanders are having a rough year, but that's going to be a tough game for them on Christmas Day. You know,
yeah,
that's
the
going to be a
Commanders
tough
got
game.
nothing to lose, and they want to play spoiler or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Quinn talking about they want to go. We want to go 5-1 in the division. They go 5-1 in the division. They're gonna have the best division record. I mean, it ain't gonna get you in the playoffs, but you know how these coaches come up with quirky ass shit like
I
the
guess
play.
it's something to build on,
Yeah, it's something to build on.
And
So
then you didn't really touch on it, but Bucks and Panthers are 7-6. So what do you think? What do you think?
I told you 2 weeks ago. The Panthers are gonna win this division. The Bucks are done. Nephew Josh, your Bucks are done, man. They are done. That was an embarrassment on Sunday. That loss was an embarrassment, and you know where they're going to end up in a certain segment. You know where they're going to end up, nephew. But yeah, I see Carolina with the momentum, and they play them twice, right? I think they play them twice.
Yeah, I have to look
If
at
they
it.
play 2 out of the last 3 or something like that. So whoever win those games, that's going to decide the division. I'm going to go with the team with the momentum, man.
So, speaking of momentum, my mom wanted to know, how about them Commanders? Yeah, what about them? They might be in the freezer. So let's wait out for that. All right, so we don't really have a whole lot changing. A little more on the NFC than the AFC, but you think the Bears are going to fall out completely after being number 1 seed last
Yeah,
week?
I
And then you
got
got
Tampa Bay falling. I got the Bears falling out, and I got Tampa
The
Bay
Bucks.
falling out.
So if Tampa Bay doesn't win the division, they probably won't get a wild card either. So they'll
No, they
go.
won't get a wild card.
Yeah.
Just like Tampa, whoever wins the division or whoever loses between Tampa Bay and Carolina, they won't get a wild card. So, and Seattle and the 49ers, they're just too good.
They pretty
You
much got
put
the 5 and 6
you
locked
put
up.
them in any other division in the NFC, they win the division. So the AFC West is crazy. I mean, the NFC West is crazy. They're going to have 3 legitimate teams. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but shout out to Tim from Highly Opinionated. He talked about the Seahawks before the beginning of the year. So shout out to Tim. Look who's checking in. Oh, I can count on him. He said, yes, the Buccaneers, the Panthers play twice down the stretch, and that's going to decide the division. And I got Carolina Panthers, man. What you think, B?
Yeah, I mean, looks like Baker's real banged up. The Bucks have been struggling. Panthers got some momentum going, especially. I mean, you beat the Rams and then you go into a bye. Should be coming out. Well, I was no pun intended. You should be coming out flying high the next week. I honestly didn't mean to do that. I heard it in my head when I was about to say it.
Well, speaking of flying high, it's time for that segment. Flying Brian's flying high. You know what's funny, man? I get calls or texts, on Sunday or after the Sunday game. He's like, is my team gonna be flying high this week? Is this gonna put my team in the freezer? So we're gonna start off with the fly guys flying high. Who you got flying high this week, Brian?
Well, let's start off with none other than another record-setting game from old Josh Allen. 4 touchdowns. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the game by now. If you haven't, the NFL has put it on their official YouTube channel, the entire game to watch because the game was so good and so exciting. They want everyone to see it. But yeah, Josh does what Josh does. Put everyone on notice in the AFC that when he wants to turn it on, he can and he will. And we'll find out this Sunday if he's going to do it again. I mean, I got Shedeur Sanders. He's got to be flying high. I know the game went the way it went. I know it was the Titans. I know they did what they did for the 2-point conversion, but he had a great game. So you want to touch real quick on the last play of the game? Oh, you got that in the freezer. Never mind. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know it. You know it's coming.
Yeah. Okay. They've been flying high most weeks, but Matt Stafford, MVP favorite to me, pretty much got it locked up. And I think if after the Bills game, he'll have it locked up because I think they'll take care of Drake May. The Stafford and the Rams, they're flying high. I think they're, even though they lost to the
I told you.
Panthers.
I wasn't worried about that game.
We got the Texans defense. The defense team's doing pretty good, but the defense is flying real high.
That's a good one.
They've beaten up a lot of good quarterbacks, and it's one thing to be a great defense, but they're feared, like because they're demolishing quarterbacks. So that's going to be interesting to get to the playoffs. And well, I can't do Dallas this week like I've been doing the last 2 weeks. They're definitely not flying high. But one guy who is flying high, who had the greatest game of his career, is old J.J. McCarthy. Turned in what an amazing performance. 16 for 23 with 3 touchdowns and shut out the NFC Championship team appearance last year. Now he's flying real high. I always try to find one every week to try to poke a little bit. It's fun. That one just did itself.
That's good. That's good. Because I dogged the hell out of him the last 2 weeks.
Well, you put Josh Allen in the freezer the first week we did the show, so
that was more of a career.
I know what it was for. So real quick, we got the Carolina Texans December 21st. They might flex that.
Right. That's who's flying high?
That's who's flying high.
Well,
nobody's flying higher than Josh Allen, but McCarthy's right underneath.
Now it's time. It's time to put him in the freezer. The deep freezer. Who goes in Lee Ice deep freezer? I had a certain coach as number 1. But after last night's performance, you know who's number 1 now. Jalen Hurts, buddy. Jalen Hurts. It hurts, don't it? It hurts. Bro was 21 for 40. With not one, let me get up in my LeBron James voice. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. He really had 5. One of them was called back.
But you got didn't they count the 2 though? They counted both those. The fumble and the INT counted as 2, didn't it? Okay.
Like Moses Malone said, he threw 4. Not FOUR.
Right, threw 4, yeah. But he had 5 total because the fumble counted.
It's a turnover, yeah. He had 5 turnovers.
5 turnovers, right? Okay, sorry.
But he threw 4 interceptions.
Right.
And one, but he had a 5th one that was called back.
Right.
Threw it right to him.
And he threw one.
Passing rating was 31.
And he threw one to end the game.
Threw one at the end of the game. You're driving down. And threw one at the end of the game. There's no excuse for that, man. If you are an elite quarterback, if you are top 5, like some people think he is, you don't do that, man. You don't. You lead your team down the field. You make the plays like your boy does. Put the cape on and do what needs to be done. And people who want to argue me about Jalen Hurts and this next guy, nephew's favorite, Baker and the Bucks. Y'all go in the freezer too. You had a layup. You had a damn layup. You had the damn New Orleans Saints at home, okay? At home. And you freaking lose this game to the damn Saints who have let me say it again, no damn offense. The quarterback name is, what's his name? Tyler Shuck?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. And you do a performance like that, you go 14 for 30 and 122 yards with a passing rating of 55. You're not going the speed limit, bro. That's your passing rating, 55. You at home against the sorry-ass Saints, and you stink it up. So damn right. Baker, you still in the freezer, bro. You are still in the freezer, along with the Bucks. Guess who else? Lamar Jackson, get your ass in the freezer too. You stunk it up too. 19 for 35 with a passing rating of 71. But here's the thing, B. This is why I put his ass in the freezer this week. He didn't have not just one. He didn't have not just two. He had three chances to lead his team to take the lead against the Steelers, and he failed all three times. And he was throwing, some ugly ass passes, just ugly. And on the last play of the game, he gets sacked. You don't have no time. Throw the damn ball away.
Yeah. In a game that was
Lamar's in what, his eighth season? What is this? I don't know.
yeah,
And he's still doing stupid shit like that.
in a game that they had to win, pretty much.
Yeah, you had to win. You got it at home. And this is their second home loss in a row. So Lamar, yeah, you're in the freezer, bro. You are in the freezer.
All right, save the best for last.
No, I got two more.
Oh, all right.
Notre Dame football fans, get your ass in the freezer. Stop freaking crying that you got robbed and it's not fair. And get over it. Notre Dame fans, get over it. You lost to Miami, okay? You lost to them. So what? You won 10 straight. Don't start the season off 0-2. How about that? Okay? How about that? Stop freaking crying that you got robbed. You did not get robbed. You didn't earn it, okay? And then they're not going to play in the bowl game, I heard. Is that true?
Yeah,
they're not going to play in the.
Yeah,
if
they withdrawal or whatever.
That's not being little. You know what? Little, you know what? The word that began with a B. If that's not being little those, what is? Your little feelings hurt because they didn't pick you, so you're not gonna play in the bowl game. Yeah. No.
Right,
how about Notre Dame football team? Y'all go in the freezer too.
Real quick before you get to your last one, because it's funny because this popped in my head and then I had a feeling it was going to get brought up. You go ahead and read that one.
Jayden Daniels is in the freezer, outplayed by J.J. McCarthy. He could have been. It's the Commanders, yeah, but nah. All of these, the four I named, and now this guy right here, I used to like this guy. I used to think this guy was a good coach, man. But this year, I don't know what. Kevin Stefanski. Man, you stole this game from Shedeur Sanders. This guy brought you back down. They was down 14. He led two touchdown drive, and then you take him out.
That's some badass touchdowns too. He had some good touchdowns.
That last one, that looked like a Brady pass. You take the dude out, man. 364 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 running. Why are you taking him out? There is no excuse for that, man. Kevin Stefanski, you not only in the freezer, you down under the ground to me now, bro. You did to me. That didn't make no sense at all.
There's no other way to think that it's not personal. I won't play the race card.
I mean,
just because it's Deion's kid, like what could it be? I don't understand it.
It's why? I can see if he scored a touchdown running. Okay.
Yeah. And like other outlets said, it's not like they've ran like a wildcat play that we know always works. So they
got some dumbass, rookie ass. See, I hate these coaches. I say, call me old, call me whatever. I hate these offensive coordinators and these so-called offensive geniuses. You know, Joe Gibbs, he wouldn't have done that. You know what Joe Gibbs would have did? Heavy jumbo. Yeah, we running the ball. You know what Bill Parcells would have did? Yeah, we running the ball. Your guy, Marlene, you know what he did? Terminator. He's taking the ball. All these guys want to get fancy. They want to show how smart they are. And it just makes them look dumb as hell, man. All of them.
Pete Carroll did that, 11 years ago, and nobody still learned their lesson when they didn't even mark on.
Get the ball to beast mode. You had 2 Super Bowl rings, Pete. But nah, and Pete's an old school coach. So, yeah. So That's in the deep freezer, Lee Ice deep freezer. Baker, maybe you will get out. I don't know. Who they play Sunday? They probably got another layup and gonna blow it.
Let me pull it up.
Kevin Stefanski, you're never getting out. So you Notre Dame fans, you can't get out to next year.
All right, we got
Lamar Jackson has a chance. Lamar, you still got a chance, bro. I done gave Lamar so many damn chances, man. But he proves me right every time. He proves me right every time.
we got the Bucks play the Falcons on Thursday in Atlanta.
Should be an easy win.
Could be.
Buccaneer fans, nephew Josh. Should be an easy win. But I'm sure you thought that against the Saints. All right, bro.
We would not be
big,
talking about the Bucks and Falcons. They did not make the elite of the elite games, but
let's do the NFL preview.
Yeah. So we got start with the Lions. You got you think the Lions are gonna get that wild card spot back, but they are on the road. They are playing the Rams. Rams are favored -5.5. Yeah, I mean, I'll go with the Rams. I'll take the Rams.
I'm going with the MVP, Matthew Stafford. The Lions can't, when they lose this, they can't take it too hard because they got 3 games to go. They go 3-1 down the stretch. They should get that last wild card.
Yeah, because we already talked about who the Bears play. So, and the Bears play the Browns. So again, I know you would think the Bears are going to win. We're predicting the Lions win, so that's going to put the Lions 2 games behind the Bears with 3 games to go. But
they playing in Chicago.
The Browns game, yeah.
Yeah, they should win. They should win. They should win.
All right, so give me Rams 31-21.
I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna go 38-31.
All right, let's do it's the Monday night game. People might be surprised. Really, these 2 teams, but the Dolphins play Steelers. We had was Anthony earlier talking about the Dolphins. Do I think they're going to make a run? I don't, but this game is very important to both teams. The Dolphins believe they can make a run, so they have to have this game. Steelers want to hold on to the division, so they got to have this game. Steelers are only favored by 3 at home. So Vegas thinks this game is pretty much as close as you can get. So, but I don't think so. I think the Steelers defense is going to do pretty well against the Dolphins. I know they got 2. Well, they have Jalen Waddle is pretty good, but Tua is not good. I don't care.
3. They only favored by 3 at home against
Steelers.
Against Miami.
Let me double check it. But yeah, let me double check.
On a Monday night in Pittsburgh. Yeah. You know how cold it's going to be up there?
Yeah. So
I used to be in a segment called Lee Ice Stone Cold Lock and Key.
So I know that us here at Sideline Junkies, they used DraftKings, but this is I'm just going off the ESPN app. So they use ESPN betting. So yeah, it's Pittsburgh -3 at home, Miami +145 money line. That's the ESPN betting odds. So I don't know how different it is on DraftKings.
Steelers win this 20-3. 20-3. I don't think Miami scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I know that Tua broke his streak against the Jets where he finally won a game when it's under 40. But like you said, this is going to be prime time in the cold. Yeah, give me Steelers 24-10.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
let's do maybe one of the bigger 1:00 games of the season. Just a regular old 1:00 game. The Buffalo Bills favored on the road 1.5 against the New England Patriots. I mean, this might be a little bit of homer in me, but I honestly, I truly believe Bills are going to win. I think it'll be a good game, but I think I'm going to go 28-21 Bills. I think that the Patriots are good, but I think they are being a little helped by the record. And I can't imagine them sweeping Buffalo. I know it's in New England. I know they're to beat them in Buffalo. I don't care about none of that. It's a division game.
I'm looking at this game like when Indiana played Ohio State. Not saying your Bills are Ohio State, but I'm looking at the upstart team. I think them playing at home, I think they beat the Bills, but I don't think it matters because I think when they get into the playoffs, the Bills will show up louder than the Patriots will. So I got New England. It's gonna be a nice little shootout between Josh Allen and Drake May. I got New England 28-27. You know,
Okay.
one of them
Yeah.
emotional wins where the crowd goes crazy, but Buffalo shouldn't sweat the loss. So
Just real quick, Josh Allen is since 2020, he's 18-3 in December. So he's pretty good in December. And I also believe the winner of this game will win the AFC. So
how many games they behind New England? Two?
two. So if they win this, they'll be one behind. I would need Miami or Baltimore to step up and beat them because I don't think the Jets will be able to do that.
It's not going to happen.
And then we got another really good game. We get to see where kind of both of these teams stand. Packers at home. I'm pretty sure they're at home. Yeah, they got to be at home. Well, no, they might not be because they're Packers are favored by 2.5 over the Broncos. I should have wrote it in the right order when I wrote it down. In Denver.
I think that's at home. I think they're playing in Green Bay.
No, it's in Denver. I just pulled it up. So
it's in Denver.
Packers,
Green Bay favored on the road. Wow.
Packers favored on the road by 2.5. In Denver, it's a 4:00 game.
You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this the way I be dogging Sean Payton. I don't think the Broncos get enough credit, man. They're 10-2, right?
They're 11.
They're not
11, number one
not
seed.
getting enough credit, man. They legit. Their defense is legit. Bo Nix is legit. And they got a coach. Even though I don't like him, he's legit, man. I think they beat the Packers. I'm not saying they're going to beat them easily, but two good defenses. This is going to be low scoring. And whatever quarterback throws more interceptions, which I think Jordan Love will do, he might throw 2 or 3 to Bo Nix's 2 or 1. Give me Denver in a low scoring game, 16-13.
Yeah, if it was in Green Bay, I wouldn't even hesitate. It's tough being in Denver, but I'm going to go with the old philosophy of who has the better quarterback. And I don't think Bo Nix is that great. His numbers are fine on paper, but if you watch some of the games, I'm going to go. I know Jordan Love has his up and down too, but I'm going to go with the better quarterback. I'm going to take the Packers, but I don't think it's going to be that high scoring. I'm going to go 21-17 Packers.
Think they go on the road and win?
Yeah, I'm not sold on it. I'm more sold on the Patriots than the Broncos. I know the Broncos have a good record and they're playing good, but some of the games you watch win by 1 against like Tennessee, squeak out a last minute field goal against like New. I don't know if that's exactly right, but I know they beat a lot of mediocre teams, like very close margins. And that Giants game that kind of ruined the Giants season. They should have lost that game earlier, Yeah. And again, I know that happens, but when you keep
they had a close game against us too. I mean,
okay, perfect example. Last week, prime time against Marcus Mariota, and at worst, it should have been a tie game. If you guys had a better record, you just would have tied it up. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not sold on the Broncos.
I mean, I give them the credit because they, I talk bad about Sean Payton, but he has gone there and he's got that team to 10-2, and they had a chance at home field advantage, and you don't want to go to Denver in January. But Denver, who is it? Denver, New England, New England. Who the other two? Jacksonville and Pittsburgh. So it's going to be cold. We're going to have some frigid playoff games.
And then if Buffalo somehow gets the division, that's
it's going to be some frigid playoff games.
All right, we got a few minutes. Got any last thoughts? Anything you want to touch on real quick?
Yeah, I want to talk about the bullshit that happened in the Raiders-Broncos game. Okay. So, Denver and the Raiders are playing. Denver is favored by 7.5. Okay. The game is almost over. It's coming down to the last seconds, not minutes, seconds. The Raiders have the ball. They have no timeouts left. All right. They complete a pass in the middle of complete a pass, I guess around the 30, 35, something like that. All right. It was 15, like 12 seconds ago, something like that.
They don't kick the field goal.
So clock is running out. You know, one more play, the game over. Broncos covered, right?
Right.
They up 24-14. Broncos covered. 7.5 spread. For some reason, some Denver Bronco player decides to come and do something with the ball after
Yeah.
all right. So the refs call delay of game. Okay, I get it. Delay of game. One more play, right? Just one more play. I think about 7, 8 seconds ago. You think the Raiders are just gonna run one more play and the game's over? Guess what they do? They decide to kick a damn field goal. Of course, they make it. It makes it 24-17.
Yeah, don't cover. And then we had something like that like last week.
Don't cover.
Yeah.
I mean, for that to can you imagine having Denver, you bet on Denver, and you're up by 10, and you're giving 7.5, and the Raiders run a play, and the clock just going to run out, and you cover. Then out of nowhere, a Bronco player just gets a flag. Okay, well, the Raiders just going to run one more play, and it's over. No, they kick a. What was the purpose of them kicking a field goal?
So are you putting on a 10-fold hat or what?
What was the purpose of them kicking a field goal?
Well, if you had a 10-fold hat on, you would think that it's Vegas making the call or it's all scripted like some people think. Or I know there was one a week or two ago where a team should have kicked the field goal and they didn't because it would have covered or whatever it was. So, I mean, obviously when that stuff happens, it's suspicious. I personally don't want to live in a world where it's fake or Vegas is. There was a little bit.
I'm thinking that it don't happen, but that little that little sequence makes you think. First, the player. What are you messing with the ball for? Okay, and then then the Raiders kick a field goal. It's like, hey man, we need to kick this field goal. For what? You already lost the damn game. What are you kicking the damn field goal for?
You don't think there's any mental mentality even for grown men to go, well, we only lost by 7. You don't think there's any of that?
Well, we covered.
I mean, right. Well, that too. I mean, and I know you're not allowed to bet on your own games, but those guys, those coaches, those players, they know they have friends and family that have bet on them to cover the spread. So I don't necessarily think that's fixed. I just think that's, well, there was in the Buffalo game, out of nowhere, Burrow had to change his helmet, had to get a new helmet. The next 2 plays, he threw both picks. So people were going, oh, Vegas was talking to him, so he had to do the picks on purpose. Like, I don't know. I don't want to live in that world. But yeah, it is weird, obviously. But
that's some weird ass shit. that if I had money and lost it like that, man, that just makes you wonder, man. But no apologies given on here. So
next week, since we're getting so much feedback from it earlier, we would do a full segment on the Hall of Fame, just the Hall of Fame in general. We'll
y'all
cover,
heard it.
Yeah, we'll cover
y'all
it.
heard what the fly. Y'all heard what the fly guy said. Cause y'all got so much on there. We're gonna have a segment just for you. Hall of Fame segment next week. All right, fly guy. Time flies when you're having fun.
Hey, look, my mom said we did a good show. Yeah.
Thank you, Mama Sweeney. Keep watching. Tell your girlfriends. Tell everybody. Tune into your son and your adopted son. All right, y'all. We leave you like we always leave you, whether you like it or don't like it. Damn it, you better learn and love it. It's Unapologetic Sports here on the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. We'll see y'all next week.